In this video, I'm going to do a more detailed walkthrough on the original Arlo. I'm going to start with the differences between this Arlo and all of the other products released by Arlo. And if you're interested, make sure to check out my other video where I compare the original Arlo to the Canary, the Blink, as well as the Nest home security cameras. So, like I said, this is the original Arlo, and you can pick this up for less money than the newly released Arlo Pro. So what are the major differences? The original Arlo doesn't have two-way communication or even a microphone. So it doesn't have a microphone or a speaker. The major upgrades on the Arlo Pro are going to be the two-way communication, the rechargeable batteries, weatherproofing, so you can leave it outside, and a redesigned base station that has a siren and ability to store footage locally. Even though the base station on the new Arlo Pro is redesigned, everything is backwards compatible. So you can use a new base station with older cameras, or you can use a new camera with an older base station. Now I just want to touch on a few of the other products from Arlo. You have the Arlo Go, and this is kind of a completely wireless solution in that you don't even need to have Wi-Fi. So this will work off of 3G or 4G LTE, and you can set this up on a dirt road someplace in the wilderness, basically. There's also the Arlo Q, which I touched on just slightly in the comparison video, but this is Arlo's version of the wired always-on camera. And then you also have the Arlo Baby, and then the Arlo Baby is a security camera with some added functionality for a music player to play lullabies, and you've got some air and an air sensor and a night light. So like I said, I'm going to go through and walk you through the original Arlo now. This is the sign-in screen, and I've already set this one up. I'm not going to go through setup, but they do have a web app as well as a smartphone app, so you can use this on iOS or Android. And I'm going to use the web app just because it'll be a little bit more clear, I guess, than trying to do the cell phone to the computer and record that. So this is what the web app looks like, and I've got a live feed. If I press this, it'll give me the live feed. Okay, so this is the live feed, and one of the questions I had was on the delay of these. So let's test out the delay right now. Let me do a clap. So it looked like about 2/1000. So yeah, there's about a 2-second delay on this. And just going through here, you've got the option to pause video. You can record video. If I hit the record button here, I can record a clip. I can take a photo. I can adjust the contrast. And I can make this full screen, it looks like, as well. Going through here in the setup options here, you've got video settings. And you can change the video quality here. The camera positioning, this is supposed to reduce the lag time. So let's see if that actually reduces the lag time or not. This is for when you're setting up the camera initially so you can position it just right. But this mode is supposed to reduce the lag time. 1/1000, 2/1000. That seems to be about the same. And you've got the motion detection test. Now the default is going to be at 80%. I'm going to crank this up because I've noticed the common complaint on this camera is the motion detection. And what it is it can detect items going left and right across the screen. But if you have this thing positioned down a long hallway and you just walk towards it, then it's not going to detect motion. So let me demonstrate this right now. I've got this motion detection cranked up all the way. I'm going to set this up right here on this box. It's angled down the hallway. And I'll show you what this does. So let's see where we ended up with that quick little test right there. So that was me walking away. And then this should be me coming back. And you'll see it didn't turn on until I actually turned the corner there. So that entire footage of me walking towards it didn't catch until I got right up to the front. So the solution for this is if I did the same move but had this kind of pointed at a diagonal, I guess, kind of across the area, so that I'll be moving from left to right as I pass it. Now this should work a little bit better. All right, so what does this one look like? Okay, that was me positioning it. And then that's it better capturing the motion from left to right. And I do understand that with this particular camera, it's not as good as the Arlo Pro as far as the motion detection goes on it. So it can be like a little bit late at times to turn on and off on the motion detection. Let's see here. I want to do a range test before it gets too late. So I'm going to go to the front menu here, and I'm going to choose the live mode, and I'll show you what type of range we get on this just by walking outside. All right, so I'm going to grab this camera, and I'm also going to grab this one. I'll just carry them both side by side, and I'm going to go outside. I have a pretty strong wireless router, and you can see the house is already kind of like way back there, and this is probably about as far as it goes, well, down to the dock at least. And this is usually kind of where it cuts off as far as the range goes from my house and the wireless router to connect to the camera. I'm pretty sure it's going to lose connection inside this little metal box. Okay, as far as features go here on the camera, you've got this mode where you can see your different cameras. You've got library mode, which will show you each one of the motion detection events. You've got the mode page over here, and this will allow you to turn the camera on and off. So armed means the motion detection is on. Disarmed means the motion detection is off and the camera's off. You can also set this to a schedule. You'll note there's not a lot of granularity in the scheduling options for this. So like say if I wanted to schedule a lunch break where I'm going to be home during the middle of the day, I can't turn the camera off during that time period. These on and off times are going to have to be the same for every day, and You can choose to turn off a complete day or turn on a complete day, but you can't edit times in between them. What might be a better option is if you're concerned about your privacy and not having enough flexibility in the scheduling, is that you can set up a geofence. And this is actually an option that's only accessible via mobile, but the geofence basically will turn the motion detection off when you are at home. And as far as integrations go, this will work with if this then that. So if we go over to the if this then that page on Arlo, you'll see that we have the option to call your phone if it detects motion, or turn on the lights if it detects motion, add an iOS reminder when it detects low battery level, and if you enter an area, disarm Arlo. If you exit an area, arm Arlo. So those are just some examples of the integrations that you can use with Arlo. And that's pretty much it. You know, this is pretty similar to the Pro version, except for those things I mentioned earlier. So not an entirely different product. It's definitely an incremental change, if you will, between the two different versions. So you know, I mean, you can make your buying decision, I guess, based on like the current pricing for this versus the Pro model. And I'm sure that this model is going to be discounted for a little while longer while there's still plenty of them in stock everywhere. Make sure to check the links in the description of this video to get current pricing, and leave your comments, I guess, on how you feel about this model or the Pro model if you do own that one. And thanks for watching.